All right, so in the LOA by Neville Goddard, the real home of Manifesting Mastery group, my friend William asks, he says, I'm finding it hard to come up with imaginal scenes and to get into the feeling. This is so good, William. I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you posted. Because it ain't hard unless you're trying to make movies. And making movies is a common mistake. A scene only takes a moment. And the key to making up a really good scene is to have a decent little setting. So I was in the car the other day while going to the pool. And suddenly it hit me. Right? The ideal answer for this kind of question. By the way, you just experienced something. I just set the scene. Right? I created a setting for my scene. I was in the car going to the pool and suddenly something hit me. Right? That's one of the ways that I imagine up brilliant answers. Yet there's an imaginal experience there of a brilliant answer. Now this is a way that I could imagine up being a happy, loving teacher. Because if I wasn't a happy, loving teacher, I might be frustrated with how to explain something. If I wasn't a happy, loving teacher, I might be going to the pool grumbling to myself about something, like Victoria and the puppies and those assholes I see at the pool. I'd be just driving the car and grumbling. That's a very different experience. So let me tie this into the coffee game. Ready? There's something you do now that you will also do after your wish is fulfilled. What is it? What is it? What is the thing that you do now that you will also do after your wish is fulfilled, but you will experience it differently? And my universal answer for people who struggle even with that question, one sip of coffee. I can experience one sip of coffee being a very frustrated, angry man. Or I can experience one sip of coffee absolutely satisfied with what I've just done. Feeling accomplished as a happy, loving teacher. See, I can experience one sip of coffee as somebody that sits down with nothing to do again. I could experience one sip of coffee sitting down and seeing this question and going, this is a really good one. That's going to be the podcast today. See, this is what I imagine while I'm in bed, while I do my Joseph Goddards. By the way, anybody who doesn't have josephgoddardtothemax.com, you really need to get it. Right? If you don't own your day, you don't own your destiny. That's what Dream Driven Day is all about. But a lot of people don't do Dream Driven Day. They don't want to make a 30-day commitment. So we put the absolute way that we begin in this tiny little pack called josephgoddardtothemax.com. Because in josephgoddardtothemax.com, we have you nail 5 to 10, 6 to 12 wins every day. If you're not having specific wins every day, your confidence is going to leave. You're going to feel smaller than your desires. You're going to enter into someday manifesting, and I'm not a fan of that. But let's get back to the coffee game with this. Ready? While I'm in bed this morning, before my feet hit the floor, before I give myself a chance to go do the morning duty. You know, everybody does the morning duty. When you get up in the morning, you do something, don't you? Before I do that, I've already imagined one sip of coffee as a happy, loving teacher. One sip of coffee going, look at this. Right? There's my imaginal act. Look at this. I just got your emails. I just got your order. I just got your success story. Look at this. See, that's a scene. It only takes, look at this, what, a second? My experience of one sip of coffee while I'm internally experiencing, look at this. You see, that's an inner conversation. That is not an affirmation. If you want to go slow, hey, add in affirmations. I am a happy, loving teacher. I am a happy, loving teacher. You get how different that is than experiencing spontaneously what happy, loving teacher would experience with one sip of coffee going, look at this. If you got gold today, I've got 2 suggestions for you. Number 1, Joseph Goddard to the max. Do that and build the coffee game inside of it. One sip of coffee, differently. Done. Right? Joseph Goddard to the max. Here's the other thing. When you get in the habit of getting 5 to 10, 6 to 12 wins a day, and learning how to manifest quickly before you pee yourself in bed, You stop adding in shit that doesn't matter. Most groups out there are teaching you shit that doesn't matter, like long brainwave recordings, massive meditations, guided visualizations. You don't need any of that unless you really want to go slow. If you want to go slow, do slow things. If you want to discover how vast and fast you are, do what we do. So the first suggestion, Joseph Goddard to the max.com. My second one, and this is the backbone of all we do, manifestingmasterycourse.com. That's the backbone. Right? As far as I'm concerned, without that, yeah, I don't understand. It's $1 a day. It's a 90-day program. It's $97. It's like $1 a day. It takes about 15 minutes total. It actually takes about 10 minutes total. I was corrected. Joey corrected me on that the other day. He goes, look, I don't understand where you come up with 15 minutes. It takes about 10. The lessons are on average about 7 minutes long. And here's the thing. Somebody's going to go, what can I possibly get out of 7 minutes? I study this stuff for hours. Yeah, you're slow. I'm not into slow. Right? How long does it take to make a chicken nugget? You need 41 ingredients to make a chicken nugget. If you had to gather up all 41 ingredients and blend them together, then you'd need a blender. Then you'd need a breading machine. Then you'd have to make all this bullshit. How long does it take to make chicken? Chicken's easy. Buy chicken, bake chicken. Right? Not hard. It's got one ingredient, chicken. What can you do with that one ingredient? Lots of yummy things. Today Victoria's making a curry. I think there'll be 7 ingredients in the curry. Nice and easy, simple, wholesome food. That's what we're into, gang. So if you get gold, manifestingmasterycourse.com is the backbone of all we do, and Joseph Goddard to the max.com. That there. If you don't own your day, you don't own your destiny. You could just dream it away. Put on some brainwave recordings. That'll do. See ya.